and welcome to my channel. I know I look a little bit like a ghost with eyebrows now, but I have foundation and my brows on because I want to film a Mekka Playtime playing with these. These are the Dose of Colours Minnie and Mickey Mouse eyeshadow palettes. The Mickey Mouse also has a highlighter in it. Let me see if I can show you without blinding you. But it has a highlighter and then it has 6 eyeshadows. And the Minnie Mouse palette has 6 eyeshadows and a blush. I have never tried anything from Dose of Colours before, and I've actually had these in my stash for a year, which is kind of embarrassing. Seeing as it is my no-buy this year, I want to play around with the stuff I have. And I also like Disney a lot. I'm a big fan of the Disney movies, as well as the parks, even though I've only been there once. But I have these and I want to use them. Now, I'm holding them upside down because it's just going to be easier to show what I'm thinking of doing. I'm not going to touch really the neutral, so the top row of the mini palette, which is the bottom one here, has a light gold, almost like a camel mustardy brown, and then a warm toned shimmery brown, but it has an orange, a pink and a black at the bottom. I'm going to use the pink today to do the look mainly. I don't really do pink eyeshadow that much, so it's going to be fun to see. And then I'm also probably going to bring in the red from the Mickey Mouse palette and maybe this blackened purple. I don't really know. We're going to see and play together. And I'm excited. I've heard good things about the Dose of Colours eyeshadow palette formulation. I haven't used it though, so it's going to be fun. I have primed my eyes, so I'm just going to zoom you in and we're going to have a play. Something I also forgot to mention, I have a palette here that I've put some singles into. That's Colourpop Hop On, Colourpop Poodle, that's a NYX shade, that's Colourpop Sleeper I think, Sydney Grace, no, Colourpop Try Me, and this light champagne is a BH Cosmetics shadow that I have depotted. And I'm just going to keep them on hand in case I need something to blend with it. My primer today is the Fenty eye primer, and I also brought out this Super Shock shadow, which was from the Disney Designer collection. This is in Be Our Guest, and it's a pink, but it has some like purpley shiny qualities to it because the pink in the palette, which is called Dots Are Hot, is not entirely matte. It's like a satin, but it doesn't have any shimmer. So I will probably be putting this onto my lid, but I'm going to start by, because I have it here, this is just a single, it's a cream shade but it has a bit of a cool undertone. I'm just going to swipe this over my lid because my eye base is a bit tacky and I prefer working on a matte surface, especially with shadows that I don't know how are going to perform. And from swatching them, the pink is very pigmented and very pretty, but I want to give it a shot in terms of blending. So I am going to just set my lid with this colour. It's very similar to my own lid colour at the moment. My base is very pale today. I am filming a review on a foundation stick from Hourglass. It should have been up when this video goes up, but I didn't want to take it off just to do this video and it ended up not looking too horrible today. So I'm just going to use that as my foundation. I'm going to just jump right into the pink shade and put that, mostly I'm just going to use the same brush, starting at the outer corner and then just blending that into the crease. It is a very bright and beautiful colour, and that does blend fairly well. I actually was able to drag that all the way. I'm gonna go back in and I tap like the tiniest amount to get the colour onto just the tip of the brush, and then I just swipe it back and forth. And I don't mind blending this down onto the lid since I will be putting another shadow on top. But I'm going to try and avoid what I normally do, which is blend it into my eyebrows. But I don't think that is what I'm up for today. I think I picked up a little bit too much on this eye. Oops. I'm then just going to use the same brush. I'm going to use this brush a lot because I like it. It's the medium shadow brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to put this on the outer corner. It's the same shade again. And just blend. I'm then just going to take a clean brush and just go over the edges. And then just repeat on the other eye. It shears out in a really nice way when I go to apply a little bit and then like start the blend. Because it makes it so that I don't over apply and it ends up with like a large blob of just product that doesn't want to blend. It shears out a little bit, which I like, and it makes blending so much easier, but it's also very easy to build up when I want it to be a bit more intense. I just go back in. That is really pretty. I'm gonna go into the Mickey Mouse palette now and use MS for Mischief, which is a sort of a deeper red colour, and I'm gonna apply that over the pink in the outer corner just to darken it a little bit. And this red has a little bit of warmth to it, a little bit of orange, but it still meshes really nicely with the pink. Just makes a little bit more of a reddy pink instead of like a pink pink. I'm very good at describing colours, I know. I'm not. I'm just going to apply that essentially over the top, and then I'm just going to go in and blend. And I'm using the tiniest amount again of the red just on the outermost bristles of the brush. And then I'm stamping it on where I want the majority of the colour to stay. And then I just start sweeping it. I tend to do small strokes in towards the centre of the lid first to get any excess product off my brush. And then I bring it into the crease. I'm then going to take Be Our Guest, which is the Super Shock shadow, and I'm going to use my fingers for this. I find that's the easiest way to apply the Super Shocks. And I'm just going to put this onto my lid, mainly on the inner corner up until where I put the pink and red shade. And we will see how it looks. I don't actually know. All I've done with this is swatched it on my hand. I did that yesterday to see if the colours would look nice together. I hope I am in focus. And this pink is a very similar pink to the one in the palette. It's not like super shiny, but it has like a hint of some sort of sheen. So I'm just gonna pop that all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to just grab the large Real Techniques brush and just go around the edge just very quickly, make sure everything is combined, and I don't really need to do much else to that. And what I tend to do to the lower lash line is I tend to mirror. I don't really do anything else to my lower lash line, I don't like it, but I also kind of want to keep as much of that pink on top as I can. I have a shading brush here which is much smaller, and I'm going to go into Oh Boy from the Mickey Mouse palette, which is the one next to MS for Mischief. It's a cool toned brown, and I'm just going to start putting that along the lash line on the lower lashes. I don't like that. I think it sort of works because the brown is more of a taupey, so it's cool toned along with the pink shadows. But I think I want to bring some of the pink down, so I'm going to use the same brush and Dots Are Hot, which is the pink from the Minnie palette, and start focusing in the outer corner and just meet that up in the outer corner on the upper lid and just like drag it over and blend it into that taupe shade. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to do the same to the other eye, and I don't put a lot on, and I stamp the majority of what is on my brush into the outer corner, make sure it ties up with the upper lid, and then I just drag it across and I go back and forth, and that's just how I blend as well. I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break because my back is hurting, so I will see you in a minute. I am going to just quickly, I have this is an old Body Shop highlighter, but it's a pink tone highlighter. I'm just going to highlight my brow bone in a corner because I didn't grab one of these, and I don't really have anything to highlight this with, but so I'm just going to pop that on. It's a sort of subtle highlighter, so it doesn't do much, but it adds a little bit. And I am going to put some glitter on my eyes as well. For the glitter, there is a chance I'm going to be bobbing in and out of frame. I'm going to start with Monarch, which is the Stila Glitter and Glow. This is the highlighter, but I only use it on my eyes. I'm going to put this on the brow bone. I'm not actually sure how this is going to look overall. It might be a bit messy and glittery. This is also drying up a little bit, so I'm going to have to dig a little bit for some more product. But I just want to pop some of that onto the brow bone, because why not? And this has a slightly, it's a very light pink base, but it has a lot of, I call it multicolored glitter, green, blue, gold, pink, and I like that. I think it adds something fun without being too overboard. I kind of wish it would go on stronger, but it's drying up. I have also used this a lot, so there isn't all that much left in here to begin with. I'm just going to try and pat on a bit more, and I'm mainly focusing it on the outer part of my brow bone. I'm not bringing this in here today, and if anything gets into my crease or onto the lid, that's fine too. I think that just adds something fun. And for my lid slash inner corner, I'm going to take a little bit of this glitter eyeliner from Mekka. It is a very similar type of product and type of colour to Monarch, but this has more of a pinker base. It's a bit more obvious pink, whereas Monarch is more of like a whitish pink, but it has very similar glitter, so it's blue, green, purple, gold, yellow. And I just want to put a little bit of this on the inner part of my lid here. I'm also going to try and paint a little bit around my tear duct and inner corner, but I'm probably going to bob out of frame for that. My hands are a bit shaky today. It's not really that visible glittery from all angles, which is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to try and paint a little bit along the bottom lash line, just on the inner corner there.
I'm not going to... don't know where I was going with that photo.
And I think what's common to do once you're done with the eyes is you put liner and mascara, and I'm not going to put mascara on right now because I only have so much space on my memory card. I'm going to zoom out and finish with my face first, and then I'm going to do mascara off camera. In the Minnie palette there is a blush, and it's a really pretty peachy tone, and I'm going to use that. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that Ooh, that was more pigmented than I expected. That's fine. We can work with it. Let's apply that to the cheek. So I'm probably also going to go on with the bronzer afterwards, so it's going to be a little bit better meshed together. But I just blend that. I love that tone. I really like it. Maybe not with this cool toned of a pink look, but I like it. Finish wise, I would say it has maybe like a satin finish. It's not entirely matte, which I enjoy, so I like that. And the Mickey palette has a highlighter that is a gold shade. I think it's going to work for me. It might be a little bit too dark, but it's fine. We can make it work. I'm going to put a tiny bit right here. It's definitely too dark. That's fine, I'm just going to blend it into the blush. I'm just taking the tiniest amount of it onto my nose and on my chin. I do think I'm going to have to use a bit of bronzer today because I look like a ghost with makeup on, which is not the vibe that I'm going for today. I'm just going to use Wet n Wild Contour Kit. It is in my project pan with a floofy brush because I want to try and diffuse this. And I'm going to apply mainly to my like forehead and cheeks. I think I might leave my chin and nose alone because I can never really apply it there in a way that I think looks nice. But my forehead does need a little bit of some sort of colour because it is looking very pale. And I just apply it mainly to the hairline and then I just blend it in towards the centre of my face, or the centre of the forehead. I'm going to do both temples and just blend it into the blush on the side of my cheeks here. And then just do a little bit in the hollows of the cheek and where, essentially the bottom of where my blush is. And I'm just, with any leftover, just hitting my nose with that. That did nothing good to my nose, it just made the foundation break up a little bit, but it's fine. We're playing here, so I'm not going anywhere. I don't like how pale my chin looks and all that. I think it looks a little bit overdone in terms of like blush, but I'm also not confident enough in my abilities to bronze it up without making it look too bad, so I'm just gonna very lightly go over. That's about as good as I'm going to get it. For my lips, I brought a couple of choices. I have a very nude lipstick here. This is from Rimmel, it's in my project pan. I think that's going to be a little bit too light. I'm going to do NYX Soft My Lip Cream in Zurich, which is one of my go-to shades because it's very close to my natural lip colour. It's just a touch more pink. I may or may not have overdone it a little bit, but that's fine. And then what I do is I take my finger and I just go around the edge both on the top and bottom lip just to soften it a little bit, and I find that to be easy. But I'm going to put mascara on and I will be back to wrap up the video. But that is the final look. I really enjoyed playing with this. I very rarely do pink eyeshadow looks on me. It's not my favourite colour to wear. I don't think it is as flattering on me as more warm tones. And these palettes, I would say they're mostly neutrals, but I didn't want to do a brown bronzy look because I feel like I do those a lot. But they have more of a neutral brownie tone going to them, and I like that. These are definitely palettes that I am going to use more and like purely because of that. In today's look I didn't use any of the shimmers shades in here, but swatching them they do feel really nice and soft, and they're really shiny when I swatch them, so I think they are going to look beautiful on the eyes. And I'm excited. I did enjoy them a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!